Whispered echoes. Characters. Mia. Summer. Charlotte, Mia's sister. Kara. Setting. A cozy beach house in Santa Cruz, California. Mia. I can't be the only one who craves a little privacy during bath time, right? But here I am, my girlfriend Summer, with her vibrant pink hair dyed a little too crazily for the outside world, perched on the edge of the bathtub, legs swinging and a mischievous grin on her face. Mia, why didn't you invite me in? She teases, eyes sparkling with a mix of affection and mischief. As I dunk my head underwater and resurface, I can't help but roll my eyes. Maybe because I'd like to get clean without you distracting me? But you're so cute when you're all wet. She grins, her gaze wandering to my drenched hair. I begin lathering up my shampoo, trying to get my act together. I think you've seen enough shampoo commercials to know that I don't need to look cute in the shower. I reply laughing. Are you kidding? That hair of yours should be in a commercial. She smiles but then frowns. Don't forget you need to be ready for my show tonight. You promised you'd be there. Summer, I'll be there. I assure her as I rinse and wrap myself in a towel. My heart warmed by her enthusiasm. Okay, but hurry. I miss your beautiful face too much. With that, I quickly dress in a loose tank top and shorts, and step into the bedroom to find Summer sprawled on the bed with her guitar. Her strumming so melodic it almost pulls at my heartstrings. She looks up and grins, revealing that signature smile I can never resist. Hey babe, ready to rock? Always for you. I reply, walking over and joining her on the bed. Did you just come from a beauty pageant? Because wow, you look stunning, she says, leaning in for a kiss that makes my toes curl. Flattery will get you everywhere. I wink, tilting my head to kiss her neck. Okay, before we lose track of time, let's practice. I need to nail the chorus for tonight. As she starts to play, I can't help but admire her talent. She's not just my girlfriend, she's a rising rock star, capturing hearts one strum at a time. Just as we are lost in our little world, a knock reverberates through the house. Who on earth? Summer asks, annoyance flicking across her face. Probably Charlotte just being nosy, I suggest, rolling my eyes as I get up to answer. Charlotte, my sister, still can't seem to accept that I'm dating someone as fabulous as Summer. Just throw on a t-shirt or something. Summer shouts from behind. Fine, fine. I laugh, tossing on a loose top before opening the door. Sure enough, there's Charlotte, hands on her hips, typical unimpressed expression intact. Mia, what's taking so long? We're going to be late. She whines. Then her eyes land on Summer, who's still relaxing on the bed, guitar in hand. Charlotte's demeanor softens briefly, but then she returns with, Seriously? You couldn't put a shirt on in front of me? You're not some teen at summer camp. Trust me, you don't want to see me when I'm trying to look cute. I shrug, and Charlotte raises an eyebrow, clearly unconvinced. How many times do I have to tell you? It's totally normal for us sisters to share everything, including that side of you. I sigh, my mood dampens slightly. Charlotte, please. Summer and I are happy. That's what matters. Yeah, it's great. So great that you've been keeping it as a secret from everyone else. Just saying. I'm not ashamed of my relationship, I say defensively, feeling the tension rise as Summer hops off the bed, stepping toward Charlotte. Listen, it's not like I'm hiding Mia. I love her, and you can't expect everyone to just understand right away. Charlotte cocks her head, her expression softening just a fraction. Sorry. I just want you to be happy, but you've got to let people know who you are. Or maybe let me tell them in my own time. I counter, taking a breath to channel the tension into my words. As Charlotte nods, I see her processing it. The truth is, it's not just me worried about coming out. Mia the rock star's girlfriend is a title that carries its own weight. Summer. While Mia talks with her sister, I can't shake the feelings of longing. I wish things could be simpler. As I muse, I take up my guitar again, letting the chords fill the empty spaces of the room. Maybe this tension is just part of the ride, a few curves in between precious moments together. But I can't hide the slightest jealousy I have toward her sister. Just then Kara, the bubbly bassist from our band, bursts through the door. Hey besties, anyone ready for a rock show? Charlotte's face brightens. Yes, and you're just in time, she exclaims as she pulls Kara into the conversation. I find myself leaning back against the wall, observing my girlfriend's family dynamics and the friendships swirling around me. Mia catches my eye and gives me that smile that makes the world fade away. It's a reminder why I'm fighting for this life for us. Mia, we're heading to grab some food before soundcheck. Kara calls, but I'm already lost in Mia's deep brown eyes. On one condition. You take me out to the pier after the show. I suggest, my heart racing slightly. Deal, she says, certainty shining in her voice. As the door closes behind Charlotte, and Kara rambles about food, I wrap my arms around Mia, resting my chin on her shoulder. Just remember, I chose you over all the glamorous rockstar life stuff, I say softly, my heart echoing with the words. I'm here for you, Summer. Now and always. In this life of whispers and echoes, sometimes that's the loudest declaration we can make. No matter what the world thinks, we'll carve our own path side by side. Title: Whispered Echoes Part 2. Setting: the bustling streets of Santa Cruz. Post-concert buzz fills the air as sounds of laughter and music drift from local pubs and outdoor venues. Mia. After the concert, the energy buzzing in my veins made me feel invincible. Summer performed like a goddess on stage, her voice soaring, filling the hearts of everyone present, including me. I couldn't help but feel that we had something real, something deeper than any song could capture. As we walked down the pier, the ocean waves crashing soothingly against the wooden posts, Summer slipped her hand into mine. You were incredible tonight, I said, leaning in closer to her. Thanks. It's hard when you know people are watching, but she twirled a loose strand of hair around her finger. When I saw you in the front row, everything melted away. Are you kidding? You had everyone captivated. I was practically screaming my head off. I laughed, recalling the excitement that surged through me when she played her newest song, a beautiful love ballad that she'd written just for me. You're the best cheerleader a girl could ask for, she teased, her eyes sparkling under the dim lights of the boardwalk. Just then, Charlotte called out as she caught up with us, grabbing a bucket of cotton candy from a nearby stall. Are you two going to waste the night away holding hands, or should we get some food? We're not wasting anything. Besides, cotton candy is sugar-coated goodness, I said, eyeing the vibrant pink fluff in her hands. Sugar rush before bed? Bold move, Summer winked, playfully nudging me. Are you judging my life choices? Charlotte quipped, sharing the cotton candy while walking alongside us. You of all people shouldn't be talking about choices while you're with the one and only rock star of our generation. Summer blushed slightly, and I felt a swell of pride. It was refreshing to see Charlotte a bit more accepting tonight. Maybe the concert had opened her heart a little more. Hey, I exclaimed, realizing I hadn't quite filled them in. Did you notice how I caught Summer's guitar pick when she threw it into the crowd after the last song? Seriously? You're basically a rock star now too. Charlotte laughed. Now you have proof she loves you more than her guitar. Summer smirked at that, bringing her arm around my waist. Just don't flaunt it on social media, or I might have to change the locks. We arrived at a small diner, brightly lit and buzzing with laughter and music. As we settled into a cozy booth, the warmth of fried food filled the air, making my stomach rumble. I was about to place an order when a wave of familiar voices reached my ears. Look who it is, a bunch of wannabe rock stars. Summer. I turned my head at the taunt, and my heart sank when I saw a group of rowdy fans from earlier that evening. They were not just any fans. They were a small group that had been following our band for a while, and they had a penchant for causing trouble. The ringleader, Dylan, was notorious for making crude comments. Here to stalk your favorite band? He shouted, laughter rippling through his friends. Mia straightened in her seat, her discomfort palpable. Summer, she whispered, and my protective instincts kicked in. Not tonight, Dylan, I said, injecting my voice with as much firmness as I could muster. We're just out enjoying the evening. Oh, come on. Don't be a buzzkill. We know you're all about the fame and the attention, right? Or are you worried about your little girlfriend back there? His smirk fueled my anger. It's not all about fame. Some of us value friendship for real, Charlotte chimed, and I was impressed by her bravery. It seemed tonight was bringing out courage in all of us. Friends? Is that what this is? He scoffed, gesturing disdainfully at Mia. You're not hiding her away kind of relationship, I felt tension unfurling within my chest, each comment layered with judgment and derision. I wouldn't let them ruin our celebration. Let's just go, Mia. We don't need their negativity, I urged, but Mia's determination was stronger than ever. Summer, wait. Mia turned toward the group, a newfound fire lighting her eyes. We're proud of who we are and who we love. I'm not some fleeting phase in her life, and just because you can't see that doesn't change the truth. With those words, a mix of vulnerability and fierce conviction, she stood her ground effectively. The group fell silent, but Dylan recovered quickly. Cute line, but I think you'll find out the truth soon enough. People like you won't stick, he spat. But I could see his bravado faltering under Mia's glare. Don't you dare speak like you know who I am, she continued unfazed. I may not be a rock star, but I know what I want. I want Summer, and I'm not going anywhere. A rush of warmth surged through me. I reached for her hand firmly, squeezing it as I felt her steadiness. Great. Let's see how that goes when they kick you to the curb when things get tough, Dylan shouted before turning to his group, who laughed nervously, unsure how to react. Let's leave, Summer, I said, adrenaline rushing through me as I brought Mia closer. Yeah, you're right, she replied softly, but I saw the fire still burning in her eyes. Before we could move, Mia leaned in toward Dylan. You know, I'm not afraid of you. You can keep spreading your venom, but at the end of the day, I know my worth. And I know who I love. That will always matter more than your approval. Whoa, feisty. I guess I'll have to keep an eye on you. He grinned mockingly, as Charlie started to pull Mia away. I felt Mia's heartbeat, her frustration, and I turned away from the group, the fiery passion behind her words igniting something different, hope and resilience. With Mia holding my hand, we swiftly left the diner. The moment we stepped outside, the salty breeze kissed my skin, washing away the lingering negativity. Mia. As we walked further down the pier, I finally let out a sigh of relief. I can't believe I stood up to him like that. I felt what I said, Summer, but part of me was terrified. The moonlight illuminated the shoreline, shimmering like hope reflected in our hearts. You were amazing, I said, wrapping my arms around her waist, pulling her close. You didn't let them bully you or me, and that took guts. Thanks. It's scary though. I want to be more open, but I also don't want to be the center of endless judgment. Her voice was soft but determined. I kissed her forehead, the feeling of warmth spreading through my chest. They can't define us. We are not the words of a few. We are what we choose to be. Together. What if they dig deeper, to my family or the media? I love how special we are, but that exposure. She shivered slightly. This is your story to tell, not theirs. And when you're ready, I'll be right there beside you. I promised. As we reached an empty bench overlooking the ocean, I grinned. You know what? Let's focus on the good stuff tonight. Look at that view. The stars carved a pathway across the night sky. And as we sat down together, I leaned my head against her shoulder, grateful for our shared silence that was louder than any words. Just us, she whispered, her finger tracing shapes along my arm. Just us, I echoed, feeling the rhythm of the waves synchronizing with our hearts. And with that moment, a shared tranquility, we knew whatever challenges lay ahead, we would face them together side by side, in this beautiful tapestry of life we were weaving. Title: Whispered Echoes Part 3. Setting: the serene beach beneath a starlit sky, waves lapping gently at the shore as Mia and Summer find comfort in each other's presence. Mia. As we sat in silence, the sound of the ocean became a soothing backdrop, washing away the remnants of the confrontation at the diner. I leaned into Summer, feeling the warmth radiating from her body as the cool breeze brushed against my skin. You know, we could stay here forever, I said softly, glancing up at the stars that seemed almost too bright. Just you, me, and the universe. What a poetic thought, Summer chuckled, her laughter melding with the sound of the waves. But you know, our world is a little more chaotic than that. True, I admitted. But isn't chaos an adventure? Think of all the stories we'll have to tell. She turned to me, her expression serious yet warm. You're right. Life is about the journey, and every twist and turn strengthens us. The weight of our previous conversation settled momentarily, and I felt a sense of clarity I hadn't expected. Speaking of journeys, What do you think the future looks like for us, Summer? I hesitated, anxious yet eager. She took a deep breath. I hope it's filled with music, love, laughter, and maybe a bit of travel. Her eyes sparkled with possibility. But for now, I just want to enjoy every moment with you. Me too, I said, a smile spreading across my face. And maybe to get through this tour without any more drama from fans. Yes, she exclaimed. But let's remember to lean on each other. When times get tough, I want us to face whatever comes our way together. I love you, Mia. Not just because you're my girlfriend, but because you are my rock. I love you too, Summer, I replied, warmth enveloping me. You make everything feel possible. Just then, a distant sound of laughter echoed through the air, pulling our attention back to the pier as a group of young kids chased each other. The joy in their voices a reminder of the innocence of youth. Do you remember when we used to do that? I mused, playfully nudging her. Running off into the night, completely carefree? Of course. We were inseparable back then, she responded, a hint of nostalgia in her voice. But you know what? I think we're still that way. Just with a bit more baggage, she added, causing us both to laugh. Summer turned serious again. Can I ask you something? Anything, I assured. If we decide to take this public, our relationship, are you ready for it? It could come with both beautiful moments and ugly fights. We could face scrutiny from all sides. I contemplated her words, knowing she was right. Living openly was a double-edged sword, but I also felt a surge of courage. Honestly, I'm scared, but I think it's a fear we can conquer together. Let's promise to communicate about it. We'll ensure that our love remains our own, no matter the opinions of the world. Agreed. I nodded, grateful for her strength and openness. We'll make our own rules. As we talked, the moon loomed above us, reflecting brilliantly on the water's surface, creating a magical atmosphere. Summer shuffled a little closer, our shoulders touching, an anchor in the shifting sands of our lives. Let's make a pact, I suggested, my voice full of hope. If anyone ever tries to dim our light, we'll shine brighter for each other. Summer beamed at me, her smile radiating like the sun breaking free of dawn. Deal. We'll inspire each other to rise above it all. Still holding hands, we stood up and watched the tide draw back, pulling the sand with it. It felt symbolic, almost cleansing, a promise that whatever waves came our way, we could handle them together. Summer, think we should actually share our relationship online someday? I mused aloud as I gazed at the endless expanse of the ocean. Yes, Mia replied, her enthusiasm tangible. Imagine how many people we'd inspire. As the dark horizon faded into hues of violet, I realized that the fear I once held was swiftly dissolving. It would feel so liberating. I want to be free, truly free to embrace what we have. With newfound determination, Mia squeezed my hand. Let's write our own story, Summer. I'm ready if you are. We made our way back up the pier, the energy transforming as music played from a nearby bonfire gathering, drawing us in like moths to a flame. The rhythm pulsed with warmth, overflowing with energy that beckoned us to join in. As we approached, we saw faces illuminated by the firelight, their laughter inviting. A couple of bandmates from earlier waved us over, excitement crackling in the air. Mia, Summer, come join. Spencer called out, the crowd cheering as they saw us approach. Looks like it's time for an after party, Charlotte added, nearly bouncing with energy. I glanced at Mia, her eyes wide with excitement. What do you think? She grinned ear to ear. Let's. For the first time, the weight of judgment slipped away. We joined the circle, our bodies swaying with the rhythm, laughter intermingling with music, and the night laid out before us unfurling like the waves, boundless and alive. As the sun slowly began to rise, bathing the shoreline in a golden hue, we found ourselves side by side. No more hiding, I whispered, leaning in closer as we shared a soft kiss. Knowing the journey ahead would be filled with ups and downs, but also light and love. Together we were unstoppable. Together, we'd face whatever waves came our way. And together, we would continue to weave our story, one filled with whispered echoes and songs of resilience, love and freedom. And as the fire crackled behind us, we stepped boldly into the dawn, hand in hand, ready to embrace whatever adventures awaited. The end.